I am here for last 20 years. I have worked with Rag Bank for roughly 10 years, managed roughly 5 billion dirham. For last 10 years, I am running Client First Group. I'm a fund manager and an investor in the stock market. Today it was fun to see that sponsors talks a lot of technical stuff and doctors were having fun here. So don't worry, I'm also gonna have the fun. I can't dance and I'm not a good singer, but I'm gonna make you relax. So what do? I make money for people, and the beauty is they mainly pay me when they make money, and they're fully regulated. So now I'll start my speech, and before that I just want to tell you it will be an interactive session. So I request all of you to participate with me. I'm not selling you anything. In fact, I don't print my business cards. We do everything on a reverse horizontal basis. So basically, I have come here to give you some gyan as a doctor of the investing, and I know doctors are very good with money also. So, good evening once again. Let me ask you, how many of you don't invest in the stock market? Please raise your hand. Okay, so we click the photo. I think more than half of you do it. So now people who do not invest in the stock market, I want those people to be attentive because this is your turn. Now, Judy, who's the first sponsor here, I'd love you to see buying all her products, and I'm going to help you. And how? I'm not going to take your money because when you give me $100 to manage, it will be $100. You're not going to pay me that $100, but when you spend the money out, ultimately that money is gone. Now, in my case, my track record is 18% since inception, and I now manage $50 million. So please hear me out. I will be very, in the lay language I will speak to you. I wish I would have been a doctor like you because it is very difficult to see a doctor dancing because generally we as a patient hear you technically, but I'm very happy here that doctors are dancing and having fun. So a big round of applause for all of you first before I start. Thank you. So this is my awards from Rag Bank. I have India Fund. I have a Global Equity Fund. In fact, I'm few individuals who are situated in Dubai and doing the global equity. Now, how many of you have heard about Warren Buffett? So he's my ideal. Every year I go to Omaha. I'm gonna tell you one more thing, that this is gonna be a life-changing thing for you. It's a thought for the day, which is there. I will give it to you. I'll give you personally. This is gonna be like a mantra, like a rule. If you follow this in any walk of life of investing or life, you will not lose money. This is my annual letter. On the website, you will find all the annual letters. I write my mistakes, why I don't invest in China and why you should not. So I write my mistakes. The difference between a good and bad investor is a bad investor never goes wrong. The good investor goes wrong and he tells you about it. So I have sufficient experience to tell you how to do it. Now today the people who do not invest in the stock market, please be attentive. I'm going to ask you a very simple question. I just need 10 companies whose product you use at your home so that I can show you a magic, and then I'll continue with my speech. So let's say suppose I wear Skechers or let's say Nike as a sports shoe. Just give me that company and here we're going to show you a magic. I just need 10 companies where you are the consumer. You have no idea about their financials, balance sheet, etc. All I need from you is that you love the brand. It could be a purse also. Can we just take it 10 names quickly, please? Samsung is a Korean company. Give me something which is in America, Europe. Good company. Unilever. Thank you. Nike. You have Tesla. Okay. The problem is, I know we like the other opposite gender people. It is better to give what you have. So which car you have?
I have a Passat.
Which brand it is?
Volkswagen.
Okay, Volkswagen. HP. I'm sure everybody uses HP printer at home. Which cold drink do you drink? Apple phone you use, right? Pepsi. Google. Doctors also nowadays have to do Google. Great. Microsoft. Apple is already done. Amazon. You guys don't go to hotel. This hotel belong to some place. You don't go. Which brand you love? Huh? Anantara. Okay. Give me one more brand because it might not be listed. Trump International. Okay. You like to stay there? Okay. No problem. One more example. I think you can give me. The cold drink is done. The hotel is done. What about the payments? How people pay you nowadays? Visa. Okay, so I think my friend who is also my colleague from the childhood, his name is Mohan Nanwani. He is my CEO for the India Fund. So he is doing the magic for you. I'll continue with my speech within 5 minutes. Once he's ready, I'll show it to you and you will see the magic and you will find that stock is simple. We have made it very complicated. Believe me, people come to us and they say we'll make you 2% per month and there you lose money. And I'm sure people who invest in the stock market, they've gone through all that. Stock market is a great place. We have made it a gambling. So let's start with my presentation. You have both the work, is it? So what we're not a financial broker. We don't take your money and give you trade advice or we want you to trade. We don't do that. I'm not an investment advisor. You know why? In India, people don't pay for investment advice. Doctors are lucky, they get their consulting fee, irrespective of whether the wisdom tooth is out or not. We don't get paid if we advise you. So we are not a financial advisor also. What? As I told you, we don't trade. A lot of people ask me, who are you? Like Dr. Siddharth was asking me, he was trying to understand who I am. So I am not a stock trader. I believe in the fundamentals. We buy these companies thick and thin and we hold them because we understand them in and out. Now how many of you wear Skechers? Now can you tell me why you love Skechers? Comfortable. And that is how we do our research. Skecher is a comfort technology. Women, the older generation and the young children, they love it because in all the quality companies like Nike, Skechers and Adidas, Skecher is relatively cheap. It also has a good design, and since the children are going and when they grow up, it is okay if we discard it. Mohan, can you take the next slide? So I myself is investor. 90% of my asset is in the same fund. So I talk to you as an investor and not as a third party. Yeah. After being an investor, I am an investment manager. So when I buy a company for me, a stock for me, I buy for you. When I sell for me, I sell for you. So we are in the same boat and that's why I call partnership. Now how do I derive this from? I got this from Warren Buffett. I left my banking job 10 years ago, started this company, and today, can you guess how many salespeople we have? Any guesses? From 6 million in the last 5 years, we reached $50 million with 19% CAGR. We have 0 salespeople. All has come because people are like you trusted and they referred people. Thank you. Next. Yeah. So our goal is to compound the investors' wealth. We have given 44% return in 2020. In the 21, we have delivered roughly 22% return. I want to tell you that we also had a negative year when the market was down. It's very important to understand as we go through emotions, not all the operations are successful. There are negative years. It's absolutely fine. And then last year we had roughly 24% and 23 again we had 25-26%. So overall 70 to 19% is what we made the client. So anybody who invested with us $1 million 5 years ago is sitting on more than $2 million. The aim is to save the investor. I also teach value investing. Every month I teach value investing. Yeah. Are you done now? Okay. So I think I'm done. Till Mohan will just prepare the Google sheet. Do you have any questions to ask? Any question till I'm going to show you the magic. We do both, ma'am. We do US market and India market both. We are not like, by the way, how many of you think when Trump has come, something different will happen? Just want to tell you, macro is not important for us. We look at the fundamental of a company and then we invest. Like in India, Torrent Pharma and let's say Apollo Hospital. When you go to a tier 2 city and ask them which medicine a doctor prescribes the most, they come with a name called Torrent Pharma. And when I ask them, when you have to refer to the hospitals in the tier 1 city, which hospital do you recommend at or to? And they say Fortis Hospital, Apollo Hospital. Go and check their stocks return and you'll exactly understand. Now this is how a layman can invest. We go definitely beyond. Any further question till my magic is there?
So you said something like not to invest in China?
Yeah, so I don't invest in China. It's a very good question. How many of you have lost money in China? Let's be honest. Wow, what a prudent crowd. So China, with all due regard to everything, is a communist country. And because of that, what happened, since the democracy is not there, it's very difficult to dig out the right information. And how many of you know that when you buy Alibaba or a Chinese company, you're not actually buying Alibaba, it's a Cayman Island company which has some promises that they own the mainland company. And in the future, that option cannot be even exercised. So because of the complexity, one should avoid China. We don't have a lot of money that we can afford to invest in China. We don't need to. By the way, how many stocks we should have? Let me ask a question. How many stocks we should have in the portfolio? Right, roughly 10 to 20. I have only 10 companies in my portfolio. So we are a concentrated investor. When you are not having enough knowledge, you have 30, 40. But we go deep. So we have 10. So as rightly said by Dr. Saab, 10 to 20 is more than enough. They say stocks and kits should be that much you can handle. Any other further question? Else I'll go to the magic. Any further question? So let me ask you a question. I think by the time they will be ready. If your money gets compounded or double every 3 years, when it will get double or will get 10 times? No, that's not 36. If your money is getting double in 3 years, when will it get 10 times? If your money is getting double every 3 years, when will it get 10 times? Roughly. No, it's 6 years, it will get 4 times. 10 years, your money will roughly get 10 times. The last question till the Excel sheet get ready. If your money get 10 times in 10 years, and let's say the compounding rate is same, what will happen at the 20th year? 1 million will become how much in the 20th year? Ma'am, that when I will meet you personally, it is by the way one good thing. We don't need Excel. We do not need this. By the way, you guys are more technical. Believe me, I teach to children also. So 1 will become 100 in the 20th year. And I'm sure some of you who invest, they understand it. Are we ready?
Sir, one question.
Yeah.
How many of us want to retire in 5 years? Any 5-year plan?
Yeah, so every one of you will retire in 5 years. Believe me, when I will meet you, I will only educate you. You will come to me by asking your friends to invest. Our model is very simple. We help you to buy. We don't push you to sell. Because our relationship goes far, far, far even after my death. The whole idea is to be a partner, and that is why we have very cautious enough to charge you when you make money.
One question.
Yeah, please.
Everybody says you invest, don't sell. Okay, what's the point of just investing and not selling? Because how do you make money out of it?
Correct, sir.
It's just there on the paper. Everybody says keep investing, don't sell. After 10 years you'll make so much. But unless you realize that money, it's of no use.
Correct, sir.
Yeah. So what's the basic this thing here?
So, Dr. Saab, I did not say that you don't sell. Don't cut the golden goose. So, if you had invested $1 million and if you have made $250,000, take out the profit if you have a need. Don't withdraw the $1 million, because if you have a need, it's fine. But if you don't have a need, do not touch the golden goose. It is like your dispensary, sir. You have a dispensary or clinic, you take out the dividends. But if you have a bad year like COVID, you will not sell your dispensary. So what I'm trying to say is, please take out the profit. Don't take out the capital. And if you have invested enough capital and you have some emergency, please take out. I hope I answer your question. So I don't say that you don't take out, but problem with people is they always start with $10,000, $20,000. Now at $20,000, if you withdraw after three months because you have a property need, you will never come back to stock market. So understand the whole thing. I will help you to understand. I'm not in a hurry. We'll sit down for hours to make sure that you understand. We don't take below $1 million. Let me tell you that also. So it's a very serious business, and that's why I took some names which are very respected in the dentist industry. Any further question? I think they are running with a glitch on the laptop. Ladies, any question? One thing on the gold, I want to tell you, gold is going to go up in my opinion. But if you keep the gold for years, you don't make money. Go and check your returns. But this is a wonderful time, in my opinion, to have gold. But it doesn't mean that you keep the gold for the next 10 years. Because gold has a cycle, it goes up. Then for 5-10 years, doesn't do anything. From 2000 to 2008, gold went up 7 to 8 times. After 2011, for the last 10 years, from 11 to 20, gold did not make any return. So please don't get very attached to your investment. I'm not talking about the jewelry, but when you invest, please understand how these things work, and that's what the whole point is. And nowadays, dentist, when a patient goes, a good dentist explain everything, and that's the beauty. And they explain everything to us, you make us comfortable, and then we never leave you. So I think it is ready.
Phone?
Yeah.
Whose phone is this? Whose phone?
Yeah, make it bigger.
Whose phone?
Check your phones.
So just pay attention for a minute.
आपका ही है, आपको मुझे चाहिए पैसा.
Just pay attention.
Okay, next.
You invested $1 million. You have no idea of the balance sheet, financials. You are also not from the finance background. Ma'am told me we don't understand maths. So the figure on the screen was $1 million grew at 17% per annum, and you made roughly $4 million. If I would have just changed 3 companies over there, I would have made that million from 4 to maybe $6 or $7 million. That is the value add we do. So it is very simple method. You see, can you increase the column size? You can't do anything. So $1 million has grown at 17.57. It is $5 million, 5x. If you go to the other screen, can you go do that or not? I just changed 3 companies. If you look at Volkswagen and HP have not made money. Rest of your companies have made good money, but these 2 companies which you gave, Unilever and Nike. Now what we do, we commit a mistake, we sell our winners. And here Apple, Pepsi, because you have not stopped having Pepsi on your hard drink. You have not stopped using Apple phone. But you sell your stocks because nobody told you that you should not come the stock market for 10-20% return. You should come the stock market for 10x return. That's the point. Now as Dr. Saab, you said, after a year if you got some profit and you wish to take it out, absolutely fine. Can we go to the next FP slide? So what we did, we just changed your 3 companies. So we just changed your 3 companies. And that $5 million, that $5 million has become now $7.5 million. I'll share the sheet with you at the event of, 7.8, yeah, please.
You're talking about billions. Just tell minimum how much we can invest.
Ma'am, we can talk, because when I'll talk, I'll dig out a lot of money from your this asset and that asset which are not performing. I can't name them on the camera, but we have a lot of ULUP policy, a lot of this fixed policy. When you'll understand that, by the way, stock market, if you invest properly, it is low risk, high return. Investing is not high risk, high return. Gambling is high risk, high return and high losses. Stock market, if done properly, as I told you, is low risk, high return. I have less time on this podium. So when I'll meet you one to one, or my team will meet you, we'll take it. Thank you for your interest. Wonderful talking to you. Lovely evening.